Oh,
just finished my burrito.
It's the kitty.
Oh, hi, kitty.
Your cat is so good at keyboards.
Whoa, is that your hotel room?
Jay, where the hell are you staying?
That is deluxe, man.
Nice.
Gee.
Private
I
gigs are great.
Know what
Aren't
room service looks like.
Those private gigs are awesome.
Wow.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So say hi to the governor for us.
This is called the Pay Your Mortgage Suite.
He got his internet working.
Hey.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
Jay, seriously though?
yeah.
We can see your butt in the mirror.
Are you allowed? Are you allowed to wear tank tops in a suite like that? I mean, I thought they would have had like a silk shirt for you to wear.
Like a big fluffy
dress
robe.
code in the
Damn,
suite.
Shannon's got a comfy setup too. Like,
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that shit
the
looks
rest
clean.
of us.
Yeah, I set this up last night. It was all
That
ready
looks
to
good,
go.
It looks real good.
That looks hell.
I thought you went upstairs to eggs for a second. I was like,
It's nice to see. It's nice to see Mavis Prime there in the background.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. That's cool, man.
Fuck.
so was it
I
the
swear
router?
to God,
You just
yeah, it was the router.
okay. That's what I figured.
I
once we
was
already
all
did the
scared. I was
laptop.
like, yeah.
I had to reset my router.
I was
last
ready to
night.
go.
Oh, we saw you. We saw you in the thing. Like,
Yeah, don't worry
25
about
minutes
it.
ago.
It's all good, bro.
There was movement. Yep.
I
The
Technical
tile we
difficulties
placed in your
happen.
hat worked.
What?
The tile we placed in your hat worked. We were tracking you.
Oh, okay.
we saw you rummaging around in Murray earlier this morning. It was weird.
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, I had 4 BPS download yesterday. I was like, "What's wrong?"
Oh, yeah, that's not right.
I don't
It was
know
my router.
what it is you just said.
4 bytes per second download.
Yeah,
Is
normally
that
I get,
not a lot?
normally I get like 4. Normally I get
4
like
burgers.
460, 480.
Oh, that okay. Okay.
So, does this sound okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, bye, Jay. You busy
now
being
we lost
fancy.
Jay.
Oh, Jay decided to go be fancy by himself.
Yeah,
So I realized a couple things. Well, one thing, Kerry, that when you were talking about hearing my drink, it's because
Yeah.
it was sitting right by the mic.
Uh-huh.
that'll do it.
All right. So
I
we
was just
got
like, God damn it, dude, you're better than that.
we got
All right.
we got 39 people in chat. The question
There's
was, will we
so
will we
much
beat
news.
64 today? And I think we're gonna hit 89.
Going for 89. New record.
Go for 89. Tell your friends and neighbors. Tell your mom.
Closest to that going over, I'm gonna go 65.
I'm gonna go 69.
$1. $1, Bob.
69. 69.
Yeah.
Tony bids $1.
Yep.
I watched a documentary about a guy who was on The Price is Right, and he studied and studied, and he knew the prices for everything. And oh God, it was so bizarre because he would be in the audience, and people would look at him and go, "Tony, what do I bid?" You know,
What's that guy
things
say?
Yeah. And he's like flashing them, and the Price is Right people are like, "Get that guy out of here!" Get him.
Get him out of here.
You know, on completely unrelated business, the new Jack White single is freaking amazing.
It is.
The man just got engaged.
Yeah, on the television. Or no, on stage. On stage.
On the
But it was
stage.
dreamed. It
Engaged
was-
and then married on
Oh,
stage.
good for them.
All right, 5/2/22 is the show date. Let's get
I
going.
thought you were counting down, and I was like, that's not how numbers.
Yeah, I was like, that's not
my-
high.
It's my
Numbers are
friend.
hard.
It's my friend Wade's birthday, and I was laughing at him. I was making fun of him for being 52, and he seriously had the savagery to remind me that I am also 52.
Oh,
Womp
how is
womp.
Brutal.
how is Wade?
He's good.
Haven't seen him in a while.
He's very.
I haven't seen anybody in a while.
he's
So
lovely. Well, yeah, you got to leave the house to do that, Kerry.
yeah, that's true. All right, we ready? We're gonna save the Neil Adams toward the end. Okay.
Oh, did Neil Adams die?
Yeah,
Yesterday.
God,
we got
damn
that
it.
coming up. Here we go. Welcome back to our respective basements. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Look at everyone. Oh, Leigh, you look so rested and refreshed.
I started walking every day.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I was in
Like
Denver.
while
and I
you
was
were in
like,
Denver, or
No, while I was in Denver, I was like, let's walk everywhere, and it was cool. And then I got home and I was like, I should keep doing that because it makes me sleep well at night.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great thing, isn't it?
Exercise is amazing.
Now, what were you doing in Denver?
I was running away from Salt Lake City. If
Ah,
people kept
okay.
saying, "Oh, where are you from?" and I'd be like, "Salt Lake City," and they're like, "Oh, how is it?" and I was like, "I'm in Denver." So,
you came back though, so
well, this is where my house and my dog and my family's
This
at.
is where my stuff is.
It's where my job is.
Notice he said dog before family.
Well, I said, well, the
Interesting.
important part was with me in Denver.
Oh, okay.
So, and the rest are just hitchhikers.
Anything you want to promote?
If you ever have the chance to go to Meow Wolf in Denver, you don't need
Shut up.
drugs. Just
I've
go.
been trying.
Because I'll tell you what happened to the kid who took drugs. I left him in a corner, just staring at a wall and shaking.
Why?
That's where I found him.
Tony, we'll
Did you-
we'll
did-
we'll
did-
we'll
did
talk
you know
about it
this-
coming up.
Did you know this kid?
No, I just walked into a room.
Oh.
I walked into a room
Okay.
and it had black and white stripes and they were like rotating
thought you were
around
being-
and changing. And there was a voice that would come in and say,
All is calm. All is good.
and the kid was just like shaking and rocking.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because I thought you were being like really cavalier about like your son being whacked out on acid and stuff.
Just tell them what I tell everyone. Vitamin B complex, vitamin C complex. If you got a beer, go ahead and drink it. Just remember, you're a living, breathing creature on this planet. Everything is fine.
I just want to know what Meow Wolf is.
I'm going to show you video
Tony,
later.
you don't know
okay.
what Meow Wolf is?
That's why I asked.
I don't
He
know
doesn't-
what that is.
He doesn't
I
know
don't know
what
what it
Meow
is
Wolf
either.
is. He's Quad T, Too Tall Tony.
Hey, what the heck's a Meow Wolf? How much do they cost? Can I have
I
one?
want to
Maybe
go
two?
to there.
Tony, it's not a Pokemon. All right, I'll just.
Get into Meow Wolf on the weekend is $50. It takes about 3.5 to 4 hours to get through it. And by the time you walk out, you kind of feel like what my brain feels like all the time.
I
It
still
takes
don't
like it
have
takes
any
that
context.
long, but you don't even get everything. There's story. This is Meow Wolf is a Rebecca Frost playland. It is just filled with hidden lore and
I'm scared.
riddles, and it's
We already have our
weird.
tickets. We already have our tickets for Mega Mart in Vegas.
We'll get to that coming up in a
Well,
bit.
anyway, check
Yeah.
me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony or on the Gadget Spot podcast.
He's been more active on Twitter these days.
I have things to say,
Yeah.
jokes to make,
I've noticed that.
farts to fart.
Farts to fart.
Isn't that
Can't
a,
fart on Twitter.
You watch me.
Oh, Jay. Jay wants to fart on Twitter. Jay
NFT,
Whitaker.
non-fartable token.
Non-fartable token.
NFT, not fartable token.
No token,
Not from
yeah,
this
no.
guy. All I have is
Yeah.
FTs.
Jay Whitaker, who is in town, but I don't think you can see him perform.
He's got a goddamn flower in his frame.
I'm looking at the fireplace.
He's
Oh,
got a whole ass bouquet.
so, Jay, are there any guns left at the gun store, or did you take them all?
No,
Jesus
no.
Christ, dude. What are you doing with your arms?
I found out what to do with my hands. Okay, so everybody can shut the fuck up about that. I can't.
finally.
All back.
How many years is that?
Fucking 7,
Well,
6 months, 4 days. I'm not counting.
Lee's like, cry me a fucking river, blueberries.
Crimea Blueberry River. But Jay is in town, but he's doing a private gig, so you can't see him perform.
I already did it, so I'm off the clock right now. I'm just chilling.
Oh, I just,
Oh, off the
just figured
clock.
you're in the off suite at the Four Seasons.
I have joined the Hellfire Club. I will be taking on the X-Men, and
Interesting. I look
Yeah.
forward to that.
It's good to
yeah,
see
Emma
that.
Frost is stopping by, and
Oh, good for
I
you.
heard you're the new White Queen.
You're gonna need to get a good bustier.
That's right. I look forward to that. Borrow one from Madison Cawthorn, Jay. He'll loan one to you.
Topical.
Where where can we see your stuff, Jay? And
my
I mean your
bustier
comedy.
berries,
Yeah, you
my
bustier berries.
berries.
Little boob berries.
No, just go on itsjaywhitaker.com. It's Jay Whitaker on Twitter, Instagram. I got some shows coming up. I'm going to be in San Diego, going to be in Rhode Island, Texas on the way. So just keep it locked.
All right. She loves topical humor. She's Rebecca Frost, everybody.
Hey, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes and the mayoral wishes, as I was the mayor of Hell, Michigan for a day, and
I've been there.
Turned 33, so big day. It was a big day on Wednesday.
Did my hat help you?
No, I was because I was gonna wear it in the pool, but it was too cold for the pool.
Oh,
But I appreciate you letting me borrow it.
it's a good hat.
It's a
How do
good
you feel
hat.
about topical creams? If you like topical jokes.
I'm a fan. I have a lot of THC infused of those.
Well, as we all know, it's important to moisturize. All right.
That's right.
Moisturize me.
Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Oh, no, Shannon's here.
Oh, Shannon.
Yeah,
He's not
Beep
our
beep
host,
beep beep.
but he knows
He
Kerry
made it.
Jackson.
I made it barely again. So something really interesting to me happened last week. So let me see. So I was reading this article for some reason about the world's oldest dog, and his name is Toby Keith. I don't know why.
That's a country singer.
No, it's
You
that.
can't fool me.
No, somebody.
No, the country singer is Kobe Teeth. You got it
Yeah.
backwards.
Well, the country singer is a dog. He's just in a trench coat.
Okay. Oh well, this makes sense now. This is a dog. He lives in Florida, right?
Where all retirees go to live.
Yeah, and he is the world's oldest living dog at 21 years old.
He can drink.
Okay, now, but then I was sitting there thinking, you guys remember Smokey?
Yes.
Okay, I put him down 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was 20 years old when I put him down.
Ooh.
He was so
So-
close.
No, think about it. This was 2 years ago. I might have owned the world's oldest dog.
At
the
one
time.
time. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
At the
maybe.
time.
At least
yeah.
one of the oldest dogs in the world.
Yeah.
You gotta call. You gotta call Guinness on that
Well,
stuff.
it's too late. He's fucking dead.
Shit.
Maybe they'll do it
Yeah, it just kind of
retroactively.
blew my mind. And also, we were talking about those Galaxy. What are they? The Galaxy dudes? The
Galaxy's Edge pals.
The toddlers. Galaxy Edge toddlers.
Star
The
Wars
Daisies.
ones?
Yeah. So not only did they have the ones that we showed, there's these little. They made all the little animals, and I got a Kowakian monkey lizard.
Kowakian monkey.
Like
lizard?
it's that thing like Salacious Crumb.
Oh.
There
Oh.
it is.
Adorable.
But the best
His
thing about
little
it,
friends.
these ones make noise. You ready?
Yeah, that's like my love cat that I have.
Oh.
I love him so much.
Yeah, it's like my love cat.
All right, I'm breaking down. I got to get a Jawa one. All right.
They're hard to find, but if I see one, I will message you and say,
Well, and these
Thank
ones, these ones, it's got like a little tauntaun and the little
Yep.
bat thing, and
Okay.
And little
Yeah.
love cat.
All right. Sean
And our
thinks that
host.
sounds
Now our
terrifying.
host.
Yes.
Mr.
Oh.
Kerry
Kerry
Jackson.
Jackson.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com for now. All right.
now our host, Mary
Lee,
Larson.
will you boost your mic levels a little bit?
Yes,
Who, me?
Ellen.
You tell
No, Lee.
Lee?
Oh, okay. All right. Let's begin. Lee,
Yes.
go ahead and roll the porn.
Oh, I got to boost my
Excuse
mic
me?
levels real
I
quick.
watched.
Boost-
I watched
boost-
this last night, you guys.
Boost your mic level. They have released the opening title sequence for Star Trek Strange New Worlds,
Woo!
and I'm exhausted. I am exhausted after watching it repeatedly.
Ooh-wee.
I lost track of how many times I watched it. I need Gatorade. I need rest.
Gatorade, a giant bag of peanuts.
It's just porn. It's just
It is Star
it's
Trek porn.
take a look at it. They're leaning all the way into the retro aesthetic, which I love so much from the original Star Trek. And you even get Anson Mount narrating, and we can't hear it, but narrating
The whole.
yeah,
Yep,
he does
yeah.
the whole "These are the voyages" opening.
Oh!
Gorgeous shots of the Enterprise soaring through anomalies and past
Soaring through my pants.
planets.
Heyo.
And the music is riffing on the original Trek theme, the Alexander Courage Trek
Well,
theme.
it starts out, it's totally that theme, and then it slowly changes.
Oh, look at that porn. It's just everywhere. So it's a reminder that this show is getting back to setting itself apart from the rest of the current Trek shows to re-embrace the classic feeling of the older shows. And there's so much to love here. It's
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Holy
that
shit.
is
Isn't that?
No, I cannot wait
That's
for
a
this.
wallpaper.
telling
Damn,
you.
look at science.
Space.
I know, buddy. It's really exciting.
Let's see, the Enterprise swooshing past the screen. It's so
look at that
high
sign.
budget
Oh.
looking. It's just beautiful.
But it's the old ship, man.
Yep. It's the old ship, but not the old ship, and that's what I like about
Yeah.
it, is that they fixed it. They took that cheap aesthetic that the original Enterprise had. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but they made it better.
They gave the tail lights. They made them into Euro lights. Those are
Yes.
good looking.
But it's May 5th on Paramount Plus.
That's next week.
That's next week. I'll be there
Oh, when this
Lotion.
comes out, it'll be this week.
with lotion and
Maybe
Sock.
they took it to an auto
Topical.
shop.
Topical
Lotion.
lotion.
Wait, lotion and a sock?
a sock.
You're doing it wrong.
You have both?
Put the lotion in the
Didn't
sock.
realize I was working with the 1%.
No.
Or you get the hose again.
All right.
What do we just have sock and lotion money?
I know, right? For now. Then the other news. There was a lot of news that dropped.
There was
Rebecca
so much goddamn news. This
and it all happened on Friday. It was so wild. Let's start with John Watts. He is dropped
Why
out.
you look like that?
He's happy.
That's
he
just what
made
he
a lot
looks like.
of Spider-Man money.
I guess.
All right. Anyway,
I don't know.
John Watts.
That's just what a white guy looks like.
Sorry.
Can't
Sorry, Jay.
confirm.
Shut up.
Jay, that's a white feller.
Shut up.
He looks like all the rest of them.
Y'all said it, not me.
Hey.
Y'all leave me alone.
You're in Utah. Look out the window. They're all over the place.
They're everywhere. But he has dropped. He has dropped out of directing the upcoming Fantastic Four film.
You know, I'm a dropout too. It didn't stop me from anything.
I know.
Who is John Watts?
He
He
directed.
did all the Spider-Man movies.
The Amazing
Oh.
Spider-Man movies.
I heard of those.
Yeah, he
No, not
directed.
the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
No.
Was that? I thought those were
He
the
did
amazing...
he did the Tom Holland movies.
Yeah,
Yes.
they called the Amazing Spider-Man.
No,
No.
that's Andrew Garfield. That's the
Nope,
Amazing
he did-
Banner
Oh,
of
something
Heaven.
happened.
He did the
Yeah.
Home trilogy.
Know your Spider-Mans.
So he did the most recent ones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
good ones. The
Yeah.
good
Oh,
ones.
The other
okay,
guy.
okay.
The
I
other
can
guy's
see why
last
you
name
want to
was
call
Webb.
them amazing.
I mean, they
Yeah.
were.
But John Watts, he said, making 3 Spider-Man films was an incredible life-changing experience. I'm eternally grateful to have been a part of the MCU for 7 years. I'm hopeful that we'll work together again. He just basically said, I need to
tired.
rest. I'm tired from this.
I'm good.
Yeah.
He
and
also saw what they were doing with Morbius and was like, "Oh, I don't know."
I think,
Oh,
I think
Talking
every.
Fantastic Four. He'd be an MCU guy.
Yeah, he would
No, I
be in the
know.
MCU, but.
I know.
But Feige said collaborating with him has been a true pleasure. Looking forward to continuing our work with him in the future. All that.
The right Fantastic Four director who's already made 2 MCU movies.
Who dat?
Which one's that?
The guy
Taika.
that did, no, the guy
Mark
that did the,
Webb?
the guy that did the Ant-Man movies.
Oh, he should. Yes.
Reed. Peyton Reed.
Oh,
Reed.
yeah,
Yeah,
Peyton
Peyton
Reed.
Reed.
would do-
You've said
Peyton
you've been
Reed's-
saying this forever, Lee,
Yeah,
based
he-
on
he
that
did.
one movie. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he did that. Was it Ewan McGregor movie?
Star
Down
Wars.
with Love. Down with
Down
Love.
with love.
And it's like an old 1960s sex comedy, right? But it's
It's a musical. It's a
and it's
blast.
so good.
It's
And,
so
Sleep
good.
on it.
Tony doesn't realize that Ewan McGregor's done other things besides Star Wars.
yeah,
Moulin Rouge,
mean
not
Obi-Wan.
one nomination, Tony.
I love
you know, Tony, you should watch a Ewan McGregor movie called The Pillow Book.
That sounds
That's where you
soft.
see. That's where you see his giant
Velvet
ding
Gold
dong.
Mine. See his ding dong do this. Velvet Gold Mine.
Oh.
I'll pass.
I think I won't watch.
Yeah.
that.
No,
You
you
should
watch-
jumps
watch
up and down
The
on stage
Island.
and he
Watch
does
The Island
this.
with Ewan McGregor and ScarJo. They on an island together and they trying to escape the island.
I'll check that out. I think that's a
Okay.
good recommendation.
That sounds
Michael
good.
Bay. My ambulance
You know-
available to stream now.
Oh,
You know who they needed to do the Fantastic Four movies? The guy who did that Chronicle movie.
That
No,
was great.
no, he tried that. It was bad.
oh, Tony.
I don't know. Give him another chance.
No,
I love you.
He
I
should
love
never.
you, Tony.
He can't make anything else anymore.
All right. Some other news that we got this week. Sorry about
There
that.
he is again.
There he is. There's a kind of better picture, slightly.
Why
better.
do you look like that?
No,
Because
this one
he's
looks
a
like-
white feller.
Well, the problem here is that he has no chin tone.
Guess how many
chin
bodies I have
tone.
in my basement.
You know what you do? If you don't have a strong enough chin, you just get yourself one of these.
I think he
You
tried.
can't have the
Node.
scruff. You got to go full beard.
Yeah.
We learned-
I'm
we
sorry,
learned
how
from
many
George
Spider-Man
Lucas.
movies have you guys
Yeah.
made?
I made
I made
seven.
a couple of things. Made
Hell, I
a
Yeah,
made one.
it's the
I
same
made one
white
last
guy.
night. Yeah.
Yes, Egg Foo, this is the same white guy.
Same
And we
guy.
may, you guys need to wise up because I might white guy again.
Oh,
Oh, I know what he. He looks like when you create a player in a video game, like the default
Like
face.
pick your features.
generic player one.
He just
Yeah.
sits
yeah.
there, like doing this like slow.
Wow. I have a feeling we're about to lose a Patreon subscriber. Thanks, guys.
oh, come on now.
He's been with us since the beginning.
All right.
This guy.
This guy.
Who? John Watts?
Yeah, John
Of
Watts,
course,
yep.
of course he has. He's generic player number one. That's why.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss nondescript white feller.
That's right.
It's okay. You got
Other-
five
Bye,
of, four of
white
them right
man.
here.
Other
Bye,
news.
white man.
Shows got canceled this week. 3 of them. We lost Batwoman, and we lost Legends of Tomorrow. I blame myself because I stopped watching them. I think I was the lone person.
I stopped watching it too.
No, I saw a lot of Twitter
Yeah,
outrage about it.
me and Tony aren't even watching that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's because it was bad. It just didn't progress and get better.
I
know what I
well,
mean?
I did some digging into it, and it has more to do with the sale of the CW than it has anything to do with anything.
Oh.
Yeah, because you still got your Flash, which I can't figure out why it's still
What
there.
the fuck? And actually, what's his name? The dad cop?
Yeah.
John Wesley Shipp.
No,
His adopted father.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's not coming back.
He's
for the
not.
next one. Nope, he's done. And they're also talking about. I saw that it might be a really short season.
It is going to be shorter. You still got Superman and Lois there, but the cancellation of
Right,
these two
and Kerry,
shows.
you should watch that one. You're watching the fucking Flash.
Look, I've stopped watching the Flash too. I've stopped watching all of the CW
Oh
shows.
man, Superman and Lois.
Superman
is
and
good.
Lois is so
It's
good.
fun.
But here's what
great.
happened.
They do a good job.
The CW was previously driven by revenue earned from $1 billion Netflix deal that saw all of the network's scripted shows go to Netflix. The CW opted to not renew the deal with newer series,
What?
they're sending it all to HBO Max
Yeah.
and to
okay.
Paramount Plus because it's CBS Studios and that. So international revenue as well has largely vanished as those rights keep getting sold off abroad and contributing to millions in their respective studios and also being kept in-house. So it's more to do with the business as opposed to people not watching the show. They still have ordered 3 pilots this year. They've got Gotham Knights and a couple of others that they've ordered, a Supernatural and a Walker spinoff. But here's the bad news is that a company called Nexstar is buying the CW platform. And they're just bad people. So
Isn't Nexstar the name of the company in Succession?
might be.
I can't remember what it is.
I can't
That
remember.
immediately made me think of Succession.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that rap song that guy wrote about Succession? It's called "Kiss from Daddy," and it's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I gotta look
You
that
should
up.
you should look it up because it's like
it up.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Is it Pusha T?
I don't remember. But it might be.
The other show, and it also involves Netflix, Space Force canceled.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Why-
and
why-
again, it has to
that
do
show.
it has to do with business because apparently, to get Steve Carell to star in a series, you got to give him
a lot.
you got to give him $1 million per episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man knows his worth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't
Exactly.
think he's not worth
I respect it.
Yeah.
He was doing that show with Jennifer Aniston on the
Morning, the
on
morning
the
show.
Apple.
Morning,
Yeah, the morning show. And it
news
was,
or something like that.
And
the
then they
morning
killed
show.
him.
he made me
Yeah.
cry because he was a bad man, and then he died.
Oh, it was Waystar was the Succession. Thanks,
Waystar.
Greg Hunter.
But as we know, Netflix attempted to creatively reboot the comedy in the second season. They also, business-wise, the streamer reevaluating its spending after losing 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter of the year.
And if you
Wonder what caused that.
son.
and you know, if you think about it, they lost 200,000 that they knew about. Mm-hmm. So they probably lost like 600,000 because everybody gives their shit out to everybody.
Yeah.
Layoffs at the company's marketing division took place earlier this week. More cutbacks in both terms of programming and staff are expected as they look to refine their focus to better appease the important people, the Wall Street investors.
Well, they don't give a shit about their employees. I've known too many people that have worked at
Yeah.
Netflix. That place
Amen.
is so cutthroat.
Amen.
Let me tell you, as a non-business person, I'm about to sound like a business person. They need to not keep raising their prices every year, and maybe just cut back on the amount of content they create and focus more on quality instead of quantity.
I mean,
And that would probably
That's
keep
a-
you from hemorrhaging
That's a
subscriptions.
stupid idea.
Well,
I know, Shannon. You're right. It's dumb.
I hate to give everybody sclerosis of the liver, but it really does come down to budget on these shows on Netflix.
Drink.
But Disney Plus, they keep their prices the same, and they don't put out as much content as Netflix, and they're managing just fine. And
Yeah, but
speaking
they
of,
also have money coming from a bajillion different places.
Yeah.
Facts.
I still
Speaking-
respect their
Talk about it.
decision.
And they're indoctrinating the children.
speaking of Disney Plus,
Grooming.
if you wanted to know how Moon Knight is doing,
How are you, Moon Knight?
because I wanted to know.
Not great, I'll tell you that.
No, it's doing fine.
He's in a rough spot.
Oh, you mean
after
like
that
as a
fifth
show
episode.
and not within the
As
show?
a person.
As a person, he's in trouble. Yes.
Yeah.
The debut of Moon Knight put up decent numbers for Disney Plus. Now you have to keep in mind that this is the first series that they've done of a character that has not appeared in their movies.
Right.
It's the first just TV
yeah.
character that they've done. So think about that. Moon Knight starring Oscar Isaac ranked up 418 million minutes of viewing time for the week of March 28th through April 3rd. Now it debuted on March 30th for a good. So this is the debut episode. Good fifth place among original streaming titles. That's on par with WandaVision, and it's just a bit behind The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But Hawkeye did well and Loki did well, but it was fifth place. So here's Nielsen's top streaming shows.
I just wish this show was good.
The first four are on Netflix, interestingly enough. Bridgerton, with 3.2 billion minutes viewed.
That's just classy. That's just classy frickin'. That's all it is.
They be fucking on that
It's nice. It's
Classic
nice.
The number two, The Last Kingdom. I don't know what that is.
It's good. I like it. Vikings.
Number three.
on the show.
They do. They do.
Number three, and again, it's the Geek Show bump that sent. Is it cake? Number three. Inventing Anna at 4. Moon Knight at 5.
That's some wild
You'll
shit.
get your money.
Inventing Anna is some wild shit. I love a little thing I was reading and watching some stuff because remember that thing with Ethan Hawke a year ago or 2 years ago, kind of trash talking MCU movies. There was a kind of a quiz show thing where they had Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke and the lady that I cannot remember her name,
The lady.
but the lady who plays Layla on the show. She's fantastic.
Oh, yeah,
and
she's great.
It was an MCU quiz show. Guess who kept just nailing everything?
The
Getting
lady.
everything right. Ethan Hawke. And
Really?
You get the impression halfway through, the dude was trash talking like the model and perhaps something about it, but he religiously watches the movies and loves them.
Wow.
Oscar Isaac was on Seth Meyers this week, and Seth Meyers asked him about how he got Ethan Hawke on the show.
Yeah, he just ran
And
into him.
He ran into him and his daughter, and was like, "Hey, come be on my show." And Ethan Hawke, I think, was just waiting for an invitation. So he was like,
Yeah.
"Yes, okay."
He said they were like at Starbucks and it was during the peak of pandemic, so they're both wearing masks. And he's like, I think that's Oscar Isaac, but I'm not sure. And he had just gotten done watching a show that the director and showrunner of Moon Knight had done. And then Oscar Isaac turns around and says, hey, I'm doing this show with this guy. And he's like, I'll do it.
Serendipity.
All right. After these messages,
we'll be right back.
Hippo.
Hippo.
I love that character so much.
So I watched some of Is It Cake? And that's some of the most mind-numbing,
exactly.
It's a lot.
absolute garbage.
I know, exactly.
Half of the reality shows out there are there to prove to you that Idiocracy was just prophecy.
Oh yeah.
But did you guess what was the cake?
Fucking yeah.
The first show is easier. If you go further on in the season, it gets harder.
It does.
They level up.
It gets harder, like the New York Times crossword puzzle. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
get any of my games today.
I mean,
Let's do
if you
some of
want
our
to,
games.
you can treat it like your crossword puzzle and just fast forward ahead and cheat. But you should have try.
Shut up. Hey, I don't care. I'm having fun. Hey, everybody in the chat, drop your Wordle scores.
What?
Who? Where,
7.
Tony, why am I hearing echo?
You're
Who's
I'm
echoing?
not hearing echo.
I'm not hearing an echo.
Check.
I'm not hearing it.
I hear a little bit of an echo.
That just might be the cavern that you're in right now, Jay.
Oh, he sounds remarkably good for such a big room.
Yeah,
It's because I brought my travel podcast kit.
that's right. Yeah, I think it sounds all right.
Everybody in the chat, drop your Portal score. It's the best app for the New York Times right now. Portal.
Brett is asking which one of the Geek Show panelists is cake.
It's me.
I
I ate
got
a lot of
cakes.
cake yesterday. I ate
got
so much
cakes.
cake yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about. Good for
Okay.
you, girl.
We ready for
you.
for the second part?
Shannon, you ready?
He peeing.
Oh. No, he's standing in
I
the.
hope he's not peeing right there.
He's Blair Witching in the doorway.
Wait, what's
The lights keep changing color.
Shannon,
What?
What is he doing?
what were you doing?
Were you changing the lights?
No, my dogs wanted to go outside, and then I was fucking with my lights. It's
All right.
Oh my god, today's
I knew the
Wordle is
lights were
hard,
changing.
gang.
All right. Well, let's start part 2.
All right, let's get it.
Here we go. And we're back. Okay. I know Shannon was shocked about this news this week, but I did some digging and I found out that it's actually a good thing. I know it's
Okay.
hard to believe. El Muerto.
oh my god!
I saw this news
Shannon,
too,
I
and
don't
was
know
like,
why you're
who
so
is this?
mad about this.
I
It's
was
so
like,
fucking stupid.
I
Anyway,
saw this and I was like, that's Bane. No, this is Marvel. Who is this?
It's not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's Sony
Oh,
Of
right.
course, it's
right.
Sony. Sony
Jesus
going.
Christ!
because
Let's find some
Sony.
obscure Batman villains and go
Dude.
ham on them.
This is like insane because he was in 2 issues.
He was in 2 issues. Here's the thing. I
2
don't
fucking
un-
issues.
At first, I went, Sony, they have access to all of these wonderful Spider-Man characters. And let's
Yeah.
be honest, everyone talks about Batman's cadre of villains and all of that. Spidey's is a close second. He's got a lot of cool villains in there.
Close third.
Yeah, and they don't include this motherfucker.
Yeah, like Night
like
and Fog, for example.
Because the best rogues gallery is obviously the Flashes.
I was gonna say
Yes.
the Flash. The Flash
Okay,
has
okay.
the coolest rogues gallery.
Captain Cold. Anyway, this is a guy who, as Shannon pointed out, he appeared in 2 issues of Spider-Man. His name is El Muerto. The character is a masked luchador, inheriting his titular mask from generations of family wrestlers, granting him enhanced strength, who was set up against Spider-Man in a cage fight. So at first I went, oh, this is Sony being Sony again. But then I got looking into it, and it is about representation.
That's
bad-
exactly what. That's
Yeah.
why I like it.
Yeah,
That makes
bad.
sense.
No problem with this.
Well, the person
Well,
who's going to
do the Puma or fucking.
Bad
someone-
Bunny. Bad Bunny is the guy who's going to play El Muerto. So right away I had it explained to me. He says, "No, that's Keister's in the seats right there." And I
Yeah,
went,
Bad Bunny can actually wrestle as well.
and that's the other
That's
thing.
true.
I kind
li-
of wonder if he's just got like some sort of contract where he's like, I have to do a project with Sony. Doesn't matter what it is.
What does he specialize in? Like, what does he do mostly?
He's a musician. Like, he's a
Okay.
musician.
Yeah, he was on Saturday Night Live some time ago, and that's where I first got a look at him. But that's what this is all about, is representation and putting keisters in the seats. So I'm like, okay, show me what you got. We'll see what happens.
Well, here's the thing, and real quick, because it's just like this is a win-win either way. Because one, you only have two issues, so you have everything to build off of.
No
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
expectations. You're right.
As I said,
Yeah.
you could do it so this is a win-win for them, and
Well,
so I like it personally because you can just expand on a character that no one knows about, and then boom, now you got something new because we've had 80 years of rich white guys fighting Spider-Man. So
That's true.
Here we go.
So this, well, and I did some
And
digging.
he's not
I-
going to fight Spider-Man. Spider-Man isn't going to be in it.
well, we'll see.
I can't wait to see it. I'm excited.
Well, this is what I found as I did some digging. Here's from IO9. It says, first and possibly the most surprising is the announcement that El Muerto, minor Spider-Man character, is getting his own standalone film. Even more surprising is the fact that Bad Bunny, acclaimed Puerto Rican musician who sometimes moonlights as a pro wrestler, has been cast in the role. Now, when asked for translation help, one of my coworkers offered this quote, "I'm so happy I could die." The writer Angli Mercado, who adores the luchadors and all of this stuff. So, and Bad Bunny says, "I'm so happy I could die." So that's what this is about.
Sounds
So-
like it's more about it, like Jay said, representation, and then also you get a big fan base. I think just based on the
Exactly.
luchador aspect of it.
Luchador and Bad Bunny,
Okay.
you're bringing in a whole new audience into Spider-Man. I think it's great.
I went through a phase where, well, I'm still going through it probably. Where I watched. Do you guys know who El Santo is?
Yeah, he's
like
like
the-
the most. He's like the most famous of.
Of wrestlers and of luchadors, and he had a whole string of movies,
Oh yeah,
right? Where he'd fight like Dracula and stuff.
yeah.
And if they kind of go that route, I can get behind it, I guess.
Well, we'll see.
So
But I
is
was
he
saying,
supposed
but-
to- is he one of the like a good guy, a bad guy, a gray area character?
Oh, no,
he's
he-
a good guy. He's such
a
a
good
good
guy.
guy.
Oh, El Santo.
Santo.
That's
No,
he's
no, no,
the-
no. I mean, sorry, I meant El
Oh.
Muerto.
Well, he's a bad guy, I think.
We could make him into a good guy though, because
doesn't-
Is
again,
he?
we
It
can do
doesn't
what we want
fucking
with him.
matter. They could
Yeah.
have just made any luchador movie.
But this this was announced at CinemaCon. It was also announced that we're getting apparently Ghostbusters Afterlife 2
More
And-
Afterlife.
and Venom 3 and a whole bunch of other stuff. So there you go.
There's like one of my favorite episodes of Angel is the number El Cinco. It's
Yes.
he's the luchador brother from a band of luchador brothers that fights demons and Draculas, and it's good stuff.
And then the other bit of news that we got was I'm the last person, and even I have stopped. I want you to know I'm not watching any of the well. I'm going to finish The Walking Dead because this is their last. This is their last hurrah. I'm not going to watch any more Fear the Walking Dead. I'm done with that. I've abandoned it pretty much, and I'm one of the last holdouts. And I was going to watch this show, but I'm wondering if it's even going to be made now because the announcement was we're getting the Carol and Daryl show, right? They were going to head off and go do their own show. Well, Melissa McBride said no. I'm not going to do it.
That's who plays Carol.
Yeah. It's
I'm
now.
so sad now because I love Walking Dead so much.
I know. I read one report that it was she didn't want to go film in Europe.
Why? What you got against Europe?
But well, I guess she'd be away from her family. But then I got another announcement that said she left the series. The decision to jettison Carol was purely a creative one, which leads you to believe that the higher ups said that they didn't.
It's just
want to do
I think about all the incredibly talented, charismatic actors that only lasted half a season, 2 seasons, 3, and then you get fucking Daryl.
Daryl.
Literally a wet fart on a cracker. And
Oh, let's give him a spit off. We like hillbillies with crossbows. Whoa. Everyone loves Daryl. Everyone loves Daryl, man.
Lee's just mad because this show took his toenail one time.
Daryl.
That's true. That's true. But let me give you some good news. Kite Man,
Yes.
everyone.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kite Man.
After being left at the altar, Kite Man embarks on a new adventure. He's getting his own show.
No way.
He is.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's
We've
called...
talked about it briefly before, but I
did.
don't think they specified that it was going to be Kite Man's.
Well, we got plot points now.
Awesome.
The show is called Noonans, and it is set in the Harley Quinn universe there. It is, after getting dumped by Poison Ivy, the least we could do was give Kite Man his own show, said Peter Girardi. Dean Laurie is set to serve as showrunner for Noonans, which will follow Kite Man and his new partner, the Golden Glider, as
Yes.
they
Flash
decide
villain, Flash
as-
villain, Flash
as-
villain, Flash villain.
Indeed,
Flash villain.
indeed.
as they decide to buy their favorite bar, Noonans.
Awesome.
Lovable loser Kite Man and his new squeeze Golden Glider moonlight as criminals to support their foolish purchase of Noonans, Gotham's seediest dive bar, where everyone knows your name but not necessarily your secret identity.
Oh my God! If Kerry, did you ever read Hitman?
Yes, I read some.
I'm pretty sure that was set in Gotham. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If Hitman and those characters shows up, I'm gonna freak out.
Well,
It's
apparently
gonna be cool.
Noonans is a hub of deep cut side characters from the DC universe.
Awesome.
They'll be showing up at Noonans on this HBO Max series. So
I love that Harley Quinn cartoon is spawning its own like universe. You know,
Yeah.
its own kind of alternate reality where everything just kind of revolves around Harley Quinn.
it's so cool. All right. Well, let's take a break and then we'll find out what you guys have consumed after these messages. We'll be right back.
Back. Hell yeah.
Guys, I'm so disappointed in myself. I typically am very good at actoral, but today's I should have gotten in one. But that's the
I
thing with
still
all these
don't
dang
get-
Marvel movies. I was like, okay, who was in this one, but not in this one?
I still don't get how that game works. I only dedicated about 27 seconds to figuring it out, but if I can't figure it out in 27 seconds, then
Exactly.
it's too hard.
Exactly. That's
too
why I
hard.
don't. That's why I don't play Hurdle. You know.
I
Oh,
felt
I
you
haven't done
give
today's
up.
hurdle.
I
Let's do
felt you
today's
give
hurdle.
up.
I did. I totally gave up. I looked at it and I guessed one thing, and I don't even think I guessed it right. And I was
Wait,
just
what's
like,
hurdle?
Nah.
Hurdle is you have to
Hurdle's-
guess a song within like the first so many seconds.
Yeah, hurdle's
that
kind
too.
of fun.
Is there a portal? Like, is that like was Leigh? Is that
This
Blueberries?
one? Oh, right away. No, 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 babe. That ain't no lie.
Sounds like NSYNC.
It is. Oh, but I got the wrong song. Fuck, what song is it? Do 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 do. Oh, no, it's the right song. Fuck, it's. I also
is
love
Loodle?
Hurdle. I love Hurdle because they're topical, and you know I love topical.
Indeed.
Ooh, Loodle's cool.
Yeah, Loodle's like
bad word.
Yeah, bad words.
Yo, look at my screen.
Yep.
Not been hurt, babe. The song of today is "It's Gonna Be Me," which is funny because
gonna
tomorrow
be
is
me.
because tomorrow's May 1st, and the joke is "It's gonna be May."
I see.
Spoiler.
Rim job. All right, let me see if I can get Loodle today. All right, let's see. Let's.
The
put
other
in-
game I've added to my rotation is Box Office Game, and I only know about it because of Griffin Newman, formerly of The Tick. And it gives you any random weekend, and you have to guess the top 5 movies of that weekend. And
Ooh.
it's kind of hard, but
That is
you
hard.
get
Yeah.
each movie is worth so many points, and you can reveal hints for that movie, but it takes away from the total points. So I typically reveal like actor 1, actor 2, and then the tagline if I am really struggling.
I got a 6-letter word for Loodle. Let's see. I'm putting.
I
nipple.
tried Loodle, and I was surprisingly bad at it.
The only one I
This
play
game-
now is Noodle, but I always get stuck on Facility.
Angel hair. Dang it, that's not it.
It's Fusilli Jerry.
Elbow.
Hey.
Elbow macaroni. Too many.
I can't
letters.
believe that. I can't believe that this is like an actual thing that like Wordle spawned all this other shit.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm
I
starting
really
to get
want
old and
one.
outdated.
I want someone to make one that's voice actors so bad.
Oh, that would
I
be
would
way
be
cool.
so good at
Just
it.
guess Sunny straight every day.
You should make it and call it Voiceol or something like that.
No, I can't do that.
That would be hard because you have to be able to pull from a database full of random quotes from voice actors, and that doesn't really exist. You have
YouTube.
to make it first.
YouTube.
If you could figure out
Okay,
how to
I'm not
parse
gonna
that
do it,
data,
so
maybe, yeah.
we can stop figuring out the
Oh,
logistics.
all right, sorry.
Let's begin. Here we
My
go. Here we go then. And we're back. Okay, I want to find out what you guys have been consuming this week because I have 3 new shows on my list, but we need to raise a glass. Neil Adams,
Yep.
One of the greatest comic book artists of all time.
one of the bigs. He influenced multiple generations. He created such characters as Ra's al Ghul, Man-Bat. He created John Stewart, the Green Lantern. Legend. He reinvigorated Batman. He died of death because he was 80.
This one's for you, Tony.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
was-
Sepsis.
The greatest crossover of all time. Green Arrow.
He
and
did
Green
he did
Lantern.
the Onslaught series for X-Men. Like he wasn't just everybody says, "Oh, Batman artist Neil
Yeah,
Adams."
he was on everything.
He
No,
was.
man,
he did
was-
everything.
He was so by. Like he played both sides.
It says he jolted the world of comics in the late 60s and early 70s with his toned and sinewy take on heroes. First at DC with Deadman, but then he did X-Men at Marvel and Avengers as well. Back at DC with his most lasting influence was Batman. Him and Dennis O'Neil, who we also lost recently, really. I mean, we credit Frank Miller with making the dark, gritty Batman, but it was really these two, Neil Adams
They started
and
it.
Dennis O'Neil, that started that ball rolling.
Our buddy Sonny Strait did a thing about Neil Adams yesterday, basically saying that he remembers being a kid and reading Batman comics and going, okay, well, here's the ones where he's got the boxing glove in the utility belt, and then here's this other one that seems to be a little more serious. And then going back now, he's like, oh, that was all Neil Adams.
Yeah,
Like in the early
exactly.
70s.
He also is responsible for making the Joker live again, because in the Batman comics, the Joker had gone kind of stale. He became less, with under these two tutelage, he became more of the homicidal maniac that we know and love.
Yeah.
Love? Question mark?
And it was, this is a very famous cover that I'm holding up here of Neil Adams' art that he did.
Is it the Killing Joke?
It also led to the Killing Joke. This is issue 251 of the Batman, where he brought the Joker back and made him scary. He also
Want to buy original art of Neil Adams? Today is probably the last day you'll be able to afford it, because don't make the mistake I made when I went back. I wanted to buy Bertie Wrightson art for years, and I never did, and then he died, and now I can't. Stupid death.
the Green Lantern Green Arrow team up was Neil Adams with Dennis O'Neil, and
my sidekick's a junkie.
my sidekick's a junkie. Exactly.
But that's
They did
such
all
a
that.
great. I mean, like, think about the time
Oh yeah.
that was put out, and that cover is so great with like Speedy all
Yep.
got his tied
tag-
off. Yeah.
With him and Dennis O'Neil, they tackled drug addiction, racism, overpopulation. Created John Stewart, one of DC's first black icons.
Wait, are you saying DC was woke in the 70s?
I know, right? Their 1971 two-part story, Snowbirds Don't Fly, remains an important milestone in comics evolution. He then quit working for the two bigs, and he created Continuity Studios, where he created indie characters like Bucky O'Hare and Miss Mystic. He has also influenced the generations of artists. He acted as a mentor to Bill Sienkiewicz, who would later draw the very influential Moon Knight run and also New Mutants. Frank Miller, who would also go on to reinvent Batman himself. It was Neil Adams influenced him as well. He also did a lot of workers' rights for comic book industry, because the new federal work-for-hire law in the 70s, late 70s, was being enshrined. Marvel then editor-in-chief Jim Shooter distributed contracts that stated freelancers could not assert copyright over their creations. This is from the biography A True Believer. Adams went around with a copy of the contract and wrote on top of it, "Do not sign this contract. You'll be signing your life away." And started passing it around to all the artists at Marvel and DC, telling them not to sign those contracts. It didn't work, sadly.
I was going to say.
Also, another thing that he helped do was get the practice of comic book publishers to keep the original art by artists, because they were shredding and tossing it at the time.
The original stuff? No way.
Yep.
It's true. And he talked them into, says, look, you're not paying them well anyway. Let them have their original art so that they can make some money off of it. But he was a champion for writers and artists.
And probably his most famous comic book ever was Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
Yeah!
That's the most famous one. Yes,
Yep.
he's the guy who drew that one. It's just iconic. It's just amazing. So raise a glass to Neil Adams and read some comics
Read
this
some
week.
comics. Damn straight.
And before we get to what we're consuming this week, this is one of our dear friends who listens to Geek Show on a regular basis.
Thank you.
Her Facebook is Enchante Lemieux.
Hey!
Hey, it's Shay.
Yeah.
Enchante is like one of my favorite people on the entire planet. I worked
Yes.
with her.
Family
I worked
right
with
there.
her at a credit card company for years. So
Well, she's
That's-
asking.
that's family.
She's asking for help. She says, I have a big ask for my Geek Show family. A very good friend of mine has been given a cancer diagnosis and may have only 1 year left to live. Her family has started a fundraiser to help with the medical bills and expenses for her end-of-life care. Would you please share the info on Geek Show? So what I want you to do is go to givesendgo.com and look for the Mandy Cancer Relief. That's MANDI Cancer Relief. It's a campaign created by Kayla Watkins. So look for that and make your donations there. And
If she cares enough about this person
Yeah.
to do this,
Yeah.
must be a pretty goddamn amazing person.
Good
so.
person.
Enchante's
So-
family, and I have to tell you, Kerry, the day that she called in to Radio from Hell, like 12 years ago, and said something, and Gina was convinced that that was her stripper name, that actually made Enchante's life.
So it's givesendgo.com and the Mandy, MANDI Cancer Relief.
Awesome.
So look for it. It's created by Kayla Watkins. All right.
Please
So
help
there
if you
you-
can.
Yes. All
She
right.
is
What
one
have-
of the nicest people in the world. So yeah.
she is. Yes. So what have we been consuming? Who wants to go first?
I could go. It's pretty quick.
Okay.
That's fast too.
Sorry, I don't have a Mass Singer update. I just realized I didn't watch it. Sorry.
Shannon, that's like half the reason we have you on the show.
I know. I went and watched the Nicolas Cage movie.
Ooh, ooh.
I loved it. Like, it was so, like, as somebody who's always really liked him, it just leans in so hard. And like, the fact that he randomly shows up doing an impression of him as a young person.
His like inner voice is his like younger self.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I gotta
Eddie-
see this.
And he
It's
totally...
so funny.
It is so funny. Like Vampire Kiss, Nicolas Cage keeps
Nick
showing
Cage smooches good.
Yeah.
Tell him.
up. So I really like that. That was super funny. The other day, I sat in front of Carnage 2.
Carnage 2? You mean
Venom.
Venom
You mean
2?
Venom 2 with
Oh,
Carnage.
Venom 2. Leprechaun Carnage.
LGBTQ icon Venom.
It's just so bad that you ended up feeling like they made a Carnage 1 and 2 and added it to Venom 2.
I honestly watched that whole movie in fucking disbelief.
Yep.
Yep. Me too.
I was just like, are you fucking kidding me with this shit?
Yep.
Right? It makes no sense.
Nope.
It's
a-
so over the top.
It's a
Yep.
mess.
It's a giant, but I sat and watched the whole thing. And then I texted my ex-wife, Charity, and I said, you need to watch the Venom 2 movie, even if you haven't seen the first one, because it's $100 million trauma movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, they wish it was as good as a trauma movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys, I was just stunned.
Hey, we're getting a third, so I'm excited.
Oh, lucky us.
I hope El Muerto shows up.
Oh, fuck yeah, right? Fucking Sony, dude. Anyway, I think that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Who wants to go now? Who?
I'll go next.
All right, Tony.
A lot of the same stuff. Moon Knight. I haven't watched this week's episode of Outer Range, but just based off the first four, I preach of the Outer Range every episode right now because it is just so weird and cool.
I got to catch up on that.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna do that today.
Thanos Hole.
Yes, Thanos Hole. My wife and I started watching Miracle Workers.
Oh my god,
On
I love
HBO?
Miracle Workers.
I do not like that show.
I
Really?
love Miracle
It's
Workers.
funny, I think.
Tony, it's definitely your kind of humor, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely fully on board. So
I grudge reviewed that show to the point where the television editor at Bleeding Cool said, Leigh, we've had complaints from TBS about how much you hate this show. Please stop reviewing it. And I refused.
It's so...
I think it's funny.
I spent
it. I
every
think it's
episode literally counting down how shitty the jokes were. But I'm glad you like
come
it.
on.
I'm so glad you like it.
The last episode we watched, the character, what's his name? Eyeball. Bad Teeth.
Buscemi?
No.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah, Buscemi. Sorry, yeah, I thought you said. Anyway, Steve Buscemi as God decides he wants a new prophet, and then it doesn't work out well, and he just decides to smite him. It's just.
I love it.
Anyway, it's funny.
That
There's
show,
an
I
entire
like that show. I
episode
think
where
it's
God
funny.
is constipated. Wah, wah.
If you watch the other seasons, though, you might enjoy the other seasons.
Yeah, every
Rebecca,
season's
do
a
I
different
really want to have to
story.
go through an entire season just to enjoy another season?
Well,
I already learned.
They're
No, you don't-
anthologies.
you don't have
They're
to.
different. They're totally
completely
different.
I learned not to do that during a show called Star Trek: The Next Generation, where you had to go 3 seasons to get to something good.
Oh, you mean Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I liked all those seasons.
I'll say it.
Well, like I
But-
said, it's not for everybody, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I guess we're on I think we're on a Daniel Radcliffe kick for some reason because we also watched Guns Akimbo again.
Guns
And-
Akimbo.
That movie's just so bonkers.
Have you seen
anyway.
Swiss Army Man, Tony?
Oh yeah, finally!
Okay.
Just like 2 months ago, and I kicked myself for not having watched it sooner. That movie's
cool.
gold.
I watched that movie because I got a tote bag one time that had it on it. And I was like,
Go
wow.
see Everything Everywhere All at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah,
I'm
it's on my
going.
list.
I'm going
for
in
sure.
2 hours.
That's
And
why
then
I
the
almost
other-
didn't make it today. I was going to go see that instead.
The other thing that I did is I finished Horizon Forbidden West. Fantastic game, just so dang good.
Is the
87
West no longer
hours.
forbidden?
Yeah, and that's not forbidden for me anymore. I won.
Cool. Right on. Yeah.
And then I started a new game called The Ascent. And if you haven't played that one
Okay.
yet, it's on Xbox Game Pass, so you can find
you
it
go
cheap
up?
on PC. You do. It's this cyberpunk setting in an arcology. The graphics are gorgeous. It's a twin stick shooter style game, and you just run around and do missions, level up your character, have your boss tell you suck after you complete a mission and do exactly what he said. It's very cyberpunk.
Why would I want that?
That's become my problem with Cyberpunk. Is it's no longer cool because it's where we're at.
Yeah, right. It's a
Yeah.
little too close to home these
Yeah,
days.
you're like, oh, corporatocracy.
dang it. So anyway, that's it for me.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go. Oh, any one of us.
No, like I'll be honest.
Dealer's choice.
I was just like sitting there thinking to myself and pontificating. I ain't consumed shit, but all I've done is gone in massive TikTok holes, and which so
10 years ago,
surely-
that would have meant something else.
Indeed.
the
thing
Thanos
about
hole.
TikTok is you start and then all of a sudden 2 hours have passed and you're like,
It's
what
nuts.
happened?
How?
It's-
what
I had
happened?
to delete the app for that reason.
I'll never know.
I did finish Snowfall with their final season. It ended with a bang. If you're not watching Snowfall, please start watching it. It is a great show. And then more Nancy Drew with my wife. That's kind of like our jam. We just be
Got
solving
renewed.
mysteries. Yeah.
All right.
So just Nancy Drew out here fucking.
Rebecca?
I have 3 things to talk about. The first one is Sonic 2. Sonic is back, baby, and this time he's got friends, Knuckles and Tails. And Jim Carrey's there too. A lot of this movie is just one live person acting in a room by themselves.
How many knuckles deep are we talking? A 3-knuckler?
Please stop.
Well,
No,
he's got the
Thanos Hulk.
two. He's got like the two big boys.
So, you know, the
Okay.
very best Sonic 2 joke came out after Idris Elba was cast to play Knuckles when Megan Thee Stallion came out and said, I want to be the villain because I know how to make Knuckles disappear.
Oh,
Nice.
yo.
Love her.
I was just
an icon.
I was just quoting. Yeah. See, I was
Icon.
merely
So-
quoting Letterkenny when I
black
made my
fist.
joke.
She's like, oh.
Sonic 2, it's a pretty good Captain Marvel movie. The next item I watched the first episode of Under the Banner of Heaven, and I lolled the whole way through. I just
Boy, that show
laughed.
really riled up a certain local church.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Twitter has just been agog with nothing
yeah.
but the discourse, and I saw episode 2 was on there too, and I'm like, I do not have the energy for this.
I heard that Andrew Garfield was here in town. for
He
the-
was, and
He
like,
was.
I didn't hear
Troy,
even hear about it until the next day.
Troy Williams from Equality Utah is the person who coached him on Mormonisms, so that he could have his missionary stuff down. So
Yep.
But yeah, I just
so-
laughed and laughed and laughed.
So you're not going to go back to it?
No, I will. I did
okay,
not
alright.
have the energy to do 2 in 1.
Okay.
But like I see a lot of people being like, "This is not this is not my experience in the church," and I very Mormon adjacent. I'm like, this is exactly like this is very good.
Yeah.
sometimes
as-
the mirror doesn't show you your reflection, but it will show you
Yeah.
a reflection, and just because you don't recognize it doesn't mean it isn't accurate. So
That's true. Anything else?
Yes, the third thing I have to talk about is a little bit of a self-promotion. A dear friend of mine wrote a screenplay. She calls it kind of like a spiritual successor to The Lost Boys. It's a spooky, it's like a horror romantic thing. But she wrote this screenplay and she made it into a podcast. And now it's available on anywhere you get your podcast. It's called Lear, a recorded screenplay, Leer.
and I was supposed to be in this, and I.
Yeah, it's okay. We got a different stepdad, but I'm in it, so you can hear me more if you want. But Lear, a recorded screenplay, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Awesome. All right. Leigh?
hi. First, Brett, you win. You get all the points today because Mephisto confirmed is the comment of the day.
Yep, it 100% is. I saw that and
100%
walked
is.
away, and I was like, damn, no one's beating
Yeah,
that.
that's good. So, Brett, congratulations. 1,468 points. So, I decided to pull a Drew Kerry and award points
Yep.
during the
And
show.
a Geek Show no prize.
And a Geek Show no prize. Oh, what if? So, like I said at the beginning of the show, it turns out if I don't have to work, I can actually be creative. So, I drew this while I was in Denver.
What you got?
Just a real casual, epic drawing.
Yeah, just casual
Yeah,
epic drawing. Turns out I can draw epically if I'm not, struggling to survive. So, and I drew this. So, it's like, yeah, I'm
That's
having
good
a
work.
good time drawing. Thank you. Since it's been a couple weeks, I watched The Batman, and I don't know what you're talking about, Rebecca. We did have Hot Riddler. Or Hot Penguin.
No, I wanted Hot Penguin.
No, we got Hot Penguin.
Man.
It's right there.
Yeah,
I'm
I finally-
excited for that spin-off.
Yeah.
I finally watched it too, and I was just like, God damn, this is a Batman motherfucking motion picture.
He spent so
The,
much time detectiving. It
Yeah.
was great.
Yep.
The only time I did find the Batman or the Penguin hot was when he was schooling Batman and Gordon on Spanish.
Yeah.
That
I'm
was
just-
pretty funny.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that we're finally hearing Colin Farrell not pretending to be Irish because I'm really sick of that
There
shit.
it is.
Um,
Imagine Colin Farrell without the whole Irish thing.
It was good. It was good. He was really good. I really dug that because he detectived the hell out of things. Moon Knight was fantastic, but let me show you what I actually did last weekend.
Okay, there we go.
Because this was amazing, and this doesn't even show what I actually got to do because, like I said, this is a minute and a half. We were there for 3.5 hours. So here we go. This is Meow Wolf.
Okay.
Voting for what?
Mayor.
What the fuck?
What the?
I like that we're all echoing.
Nobody's hearing that.
So what is it, Leigh?
It's a huge interactive art installation, but like some of it was temples to things, some of it was like this. I can't explain it.
How do you spell it?
It's
Meow
a big
Wolf.
art
Literally
installation.
one word, Meow Wolf. But
Yeah.
each one's different. There's one in Santa Fe, there's one in Denver, there's one in Las Vegas. And
So
you can
is
touch
the
things.
The Las Vegas one is the grocery store?
It's a mega mart. You have to go
Yeah.
into the walk-in freezers to get in.
This echo is killing everyone.
Oh, they can hear it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they can hear it. So shut it off.
All right. It's done.
There we go.
No more for you.
Yeah.
Where do you, Jay? How do you have a whiteboard?
Is that part of your traveling podcast gear?
Meow Fisto confirmed. But it's an art installation.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's really, really super cool, and they hire a lot of local artists and all kinds of other things. And like, you know how every museum has a gift shop? Mm-hmm. This one has a gift shop.
Can you exit through it?
No, you go out into it, and then you just sit there and laugh because it's all related. Like, each one's unique, so each gift shop is unique to the place that you went to. But also, they sell one sock.
Only one.
I really
huh?
want to
There's
go to the one in Santa Fe because it's a spooky house, and each there's just
yeah.
it's like House of Leaves. There's just 1,000 rooms.
Yeah, this one actually has an underlying story. There are 6 people who traveled to this alternate dimension, and they're missing. So there's clues everywhere into where they went. And there's things that, like, if 1 or 2 people touches something, the room changes or vibrates or says something. There's another one where if 6 people touch a pink button, the whole thing just starts going flashing and
So it's an escape room with drugs.
Well, no, like, as somebody who's experimented with things that people would say, hey, let's take these and go there, don't.
Right.
Okay.
The YouTube channel Film Theory, which I really like, they've done, I think, a 2-part series on the lore behind the Omega Mart in Vegas.
Right, I was gonna
super
say,
interesting stuff.
And I saw one of my people I follow on TikTok went there, and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And I want to go to there.
We're taking that's the last thing I wanted to touch on. My youngest is graduating with their MA in sociology next Saturday, so I will not be here. But as their graduation present, we're taking them to Meow Wolf in Vegas.
They grew up so fast.
They really do. They weren't 22 a week ago. They were 10. So
All right. A couple of things that I consumed this week. First of all, I was happy that Disney Plus put out 3 new episodes of Marvel Legacies, right?
nice.
Because they're getting ready for the Doctor Strange movie next week. And they usually, what this is it's short, 5-10 minutes of here's what you need to know going into the movie, right? And so they had an episode with Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme. They had a Wanda episode, and they had a Doctor Strange episode. Well, here's the thing: is that the whole premise of this second Doctor Strange movie is the multiverse of madness. But because Disney didn't have the rights to the Spider-Man movie, which introduces the multiverse and sets up the fact that Stephen Strange is now Peter's mentor, kinda. It left a lot out. I don't think that the point of the Marvel Legends series is to get you ready for this new project. I don't think it did that. But anyway, so there's that. Under the banner of
I was going to say, Doctor Strange stuff. I'm not watching any more anything.
I heard the last trailer spoiled a bunch of
That-
stuff.
that's
There was a TV spot that
spot.
spoiled some
and
shit.
that's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't want to watch trailers for anything
right,
I'm
showed
Some
Matter.
interested in.
characters that you had no way of knowing were going to be there.
Yeah, so I'm
Unless
done
you looked
because
closely at the posters.
well,
Yep.
I've got tickets for next Friday. So, but the only commercial I will watch is the one with Wong and the cape for Tide.
it's no
Because
spoilers
it's fucking
there.
hilarious.
Watched Under the Banner of Heaven. I watched both episodes, Rebecca. And yes, Mormon Twitter is not happy with this, but I grew up in that era and area. It all rings true to me. Anyway,
I
so
just
there's that.
want to know why nobody's really talking about how she's like, I'm gonna move to Salt Lake City and go to BYU, and all of us in the
That's
audience
not
are
in
going,
Salt
wait,
Lake.
no, don't do that.
I do have an answer to that, though.
Was there a satellite
Okay.
campus?
No. I grew up in Los Angeles, and if you grow up in a big metropolitan area, everything within 50 miles of that is that city, right? Jay knows what
yeah.
I'm talking
Facts.
about.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
I grew up in Burbank, California, which is not Los Angeles. But
Yeah.
if you say I'm going to Warner Brothers Studios in LA, no
Yeah.
one's going to question what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And, it's not like you can live in Salt Lake and also attend BYU. It's possible. Let's see.
I live in Salt Lake and Boston. And,
The other the other thing I watched, and these two shows, I can't necessarily recommend them to people because I think they're just shows for me. They're on HBO Max is Julia, which is a show about Julia Child.
Julia.
Yeah, and
It's like her origin story.
it is. It's her origin story.
How
and
did
you've
she
got
get the power to do that with butter?
exactly. But Jay's girlfriend BB Newworth is in it, and so that's reason enough to watch it right there, Jay. She's resplendent. But good. Who's drawing?
No one's wrong.
Someone's erasing. It's Rebecca. Stop that.
No, it was me,
Also,
sorry. It was me, sorry.
whiteboard there. All right. Also, The Offer. Again, a show just for me. This is a show about, again, the making of a show. This is about the making of The Godfather. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching it for a couple of reasons. I ignore the fact that Miles Teller is the lead. Just don't. He's the weak link.
I saw
He's
that.
the weak link. He is the weak link. Everyone else around him is incredible. Everyone else around him. You got Dan Fogler as Francis Ford Coppola, which is perfect casting. If you're doing a 70s fat Francis Coppola, that's the guy you want. Giovanni Ribisi is doing this over-the-top mafia character, but the best person in it, and it's only because I'm familiar with Robert Evans, Matthew Good as Robert Evans, the head of Paramount. He is so Robert Evans. It's just amazing.
What was that movie about him called, Kerry?
The kid stays in the picture.
Yes, and then they did that weird Cartoon Network show with him on it too.
He's a legend and just a weirdo, and this guy is playing him just terrifically through the whole thing. Anyway, games.
Nothing.
Not even anything weird.
Okay, I guess there's some weird ones we could say, but
Yeah,
I don't think any
give
of
the
them
weird.
Yeah,
give
read
the
us some
ones.
weird
There's
titles.
there's only one that people might recognize, and it's Warhammer. This is a very long title. Warhammer 40,000, Chaos Gate,
40K.
Yep.
Demon Hunters.
It's a big
Wow.
deal. It's actually a big deal.
Oh, okay. It's coming out on
in,
PC.
in the Warhammer video game community, it's a
Yeah.
big deal.
We got one called Citizen Sleeper,
That's me.
Adios Amigos, Galactic Explorers.
That is El Muerto goes to space.
Yeah,
Right, thank you.
I'm there.
Trek to Yomi, Crowns and Pawns, Kingdom of Deceit, and what's a Wildcat Machine Gun? No, sorry, Wildcat Gun Machine. I said it backwards.
Oh, either way, I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you could have told me what a Wildcat machine gun is. I'm like, I'm trying to buy that at Cabela's.
Is it is it kitties with guns? 'Cause if it's a kitties with guns,
Or is it like
that
a
would-
kitty that is a gun?
I think it's a cat that you hold like a gun and go and it shoots
And it
out of its mouth.
Shoots hairballs. Oh,
Yes.
It's like that Andy Samberg thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking up
Exactly.
the trailer. Don't. Ah, what is this hideous monstrosity?
mew mew mew. All right.
Mew Mew. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like laser cats?
Exactly. Anything else? I think we're good, right? Mr. B, if you would please.
Oh wait, hold on. Hey Ham, what's your schedule look like next week? Oh, I'm only asking because Sony wants to have a meeting with us. Apparently, Ham showed up for like 2 panels in an Easter episode of issue of Spider-Man. They're going to make a fucking movie about you.
Nice.
All right.
Duck noise.
Let's see. I think that's good. All right.
Anybody in the
we
chat have any pressing questions?
We didn't get
No.
our 69 viewers.
We got to 54 at one point.
Yep.
That's
Not
hey, I'll take it.
nice.
So what that tells me is most of you didn't tell your moms.
Oh,
Hey, tell your mom about
Joke's
it.
on you. Our
My
moms
mom
don't know how to
said
use
she was-
computers.
My mom does, but she's tired of looking at me. Mwah.
all right, chat room. Thank you.
Thanks.
Like you.
We're gonna
Bye-bye.
go
you.
See you
do some
next
stuff.
week.
So thank you.